The bus crash that occurred on Tuesday afternoon in Amesbury, Melbourne, was a devastating event that changed the lives of many school children and their families. The crash left 18 children with traumatic and life-changing injuries, such as amputations, crushed limbs, head injuries, spinal injuries, and severe lacerations. Some of them had to undergo multiple surgeries and intensive care. The recovery process for these children and their families was not easy. They had to cope with physical pain, emotional trauma, fear, and uncertainty. Some of the ways that the survivors and their families coped with the aftermath of the crash were: seeking professional help. The Royal Children's Hospital provided trauma support and care for the injured children and their parents. They also offered counseling and psychological services to help them deal with the emotional impact of the crash. Some of the children may need ongoing therapy and rehabilitation to recover from their physical and mental wounds. Receiving community support, the Exford Primary School, where the children attended, set up a fundraising campaign to help the families with medical expenses and other needs. The school also organized a vigil and a memorial service to honor the victims and show solidarity. Many people from the local community and beyond donated money, sent cards, flowers, and messages of support to the families. Some of the bystanders who helped rescue the children from the bus also visited them at the hospital and offered their comfort. Finding strength in each other, the survivors and their families formed a bond of friendship and support among themselves. They shared their stories, feelings, and experiences with each other. They also celebrated their milestones and achievements, such as returning home from the hospital, going back to school, or learning new skills. They encouraged each other to stay positive and hopeful for the future. Seeking justice, the truck driver who caused the crash was charged with dangerous driving causing serious injury. The families of the injured children wanted him to be held accountable for his actions and face the consequences. They also hoped that the investigation would reveal what went wrong and prevent such accidents from happening again. The challenges that the survivors and their families faced in their recovery were: dealing with physical limitations. Some of the children lost limbs or suffered permanent damage to their bodies. They had to learn how to adapt to their new conditions and use prosthetics or other aids. They also had to endure physical pain, infections, complications, and side effects from their treatments. Some of them may never fully recover or regain their previous abilities. Coping with emotional distress, the crash was a traumatic event that left many children with nightmares, flashbacks, anxiety, depression, anger, or guilt. They may have developed post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, or other mental health issues. They may have also experienced social isolation, bullying, stigma, or discrimination because of their injuries or appearance. They may have lost confidence or self-esteem in themselves. Facing financial difficulties, the medical bills for the injured children were very high and some of the families could not afford them. They also had to pay for other expenses such as transportation, accommodation, equipment, or education. Some of the parents may have lost income or jobs because they had to take time off work to care for their children. Some of them may have also faced legal costs or insurance disputes related to the crash. Adjusting to life changes, the crash disrupted the normal lives of the children and their families. They had to miss school, work, or other activities for a long time. They had to change their routines, plans, or goals because of their injuries or circumstances. They had to face new challenges and uncertainties every day. The bus crash was a tragic event that changed the lives of many school children and their families in Melbourne. It was a test of their resilience, courage, and hope. Despite the physical and emotional trauma and the challenges they faced in their recovery, they did not give up on themselves or each other. They showed remarkable strength and determination to overcome their difficulties and move forward with their lives.